Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Sagittarius, this is going to be your full moon lunar eclipse reading in Capricorn. This lunar eclipse and this full moon takes place on July 5th, and this reading is going to take us till August 3rd when we have our next full moon. So this is a very sort of powerful, cathartic end to eclipse season, and it is going to demand a release. It's breaking up the systems that no longer serve us, and it's making way for something better. So right now, personal sensitivities are likely outweighed by more pressing concerns of the collective. But within this eclipse, it's opposite the sun and Vesta. So the sun is in Cancer, and Vesta is an asteroid goddess of hearth and home. So it's important we give ourselves and each other a safe and sacred space to embrace our feelings. So let's go ahead and see what these energies hold for my dearest Sagittarians out there. Before we get started, I just want to remind you that I have all of the decks listed in the description box below and linked in case you guys are interested, and they are in order of appearance. All right, and let's go ahead, let's call in spirit, angels, ancestors, loved ones who have passed, spirit guides, and our ascended masters to this space to deliver the messages that Sagittarius needs to hear. Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or any placement you might have. If you are drawn to the title of this reading, then there's probably a message in here for you. And of course, my cross watchers are welcome. So this is the vice versa tarot. I don't read reversals because there are two sides to each one, in case you guys are wondering. Wow, you have the Knight and the Page of Swords. Okay, you may be doing the impossible and making it look easy, Sag. All right, your overall energy is the Capricorn energy of the devil. Now, this is taking a good hard look at things that no longer serve you. So in my introduction, I talk about this being the cathartic end to eclipse season. We've been dealing with so many different energies, retrograde season. And right now, you know, what we're doing is we're making way for something better, and we're burning out the old. So we're doing this on so many levels. We're doing this on internally, so taking a look at our behaviors, our thought processes, our personal relationships, what we do for money, what we do for love, okay? And it's also happening within our families, it's happening within our communities, within our countries, and then within Gaia, within the earth. In the whole, I can't speak, I'm sorry, it's Mercury retrograde. So these changes are taking place, you know, internally within our families, within our communities, and then within the earth as a whole as well, if that makes sense. Sorry, I'm fumbling. But I love that this Capricorn energy comes out because it's a real testament to the potency of this reading and of this full moon in Capricorn. Also, Sagittarius, as you guys may know, we had the nodal axis shift from Cancer Capricorn, all right, and it moved into Gemini Sagittarius. So it's about seeing these higher truths. And I feel like this eclipse, this Capricorn eclipse, is also going back to 6 months ago. Eclipse energy takes about 6 months to work itself out. So I really want you to also take a look back of January of this year and see what was going on internally. It looks like, we have the Knight of Swords energy. This is this is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. And the Knight of Swords looks, he's all about battle. He has sort of this blood-stained clothing. He's been through a lot. He's hell-bent on moving forward, on taking a plan, or a relationship, or a goal. He's all about action. He's about quick movement. He's about communication. He's very direct. You can see that his sword is pointed, right? But that's this side of the card. But the card that you got, he still has all of that energy, but he's actually following a flock of swallows. And this is that coming home, okay? Some of you may have found home in a relationship or in the eyes of another or in the arms of another. Some of you might be coming home to really who you are and what you need. Some of you, this might be an actual physical travel or change, okay? Going back to the place of your birth, or to where your parents or your siblings were, okay? Somewhere that you consider home, or this is making this making a beautiful space that now feels like home. Again, it doesn't matter where we are physically, we have to find that home within ourselves. And Sag, I feel like that's exactly what you're doing. Now, how you project yourself to the world, or the truth of your relationships right now, we do get the King of Wands. Now, the King of Wands is your energy. You know, he's this fire king, but he's showing up in the reverse, and in the reverse he's quite contemplative. And what we see here is we have this giant serpent wrapping around the tree. Now, serpent energy really calls in issues of ethics and morals. There's something that maybe you've always taken for granted or taken as stable, but as you do the inner work, there's a slight fear. There's an underpinning of anxiety regarding something that you've maybe always taken for granted. And that's what this king is sitting here doing. He's contemplating into the night. I love the nighttime imagery here because it really does speak to this moon energy, to setting intentions, and this contemplation that you guys are going through, really taking that hard look at what you want to attract. Where are you? Where are you going? What feels like home to my Sagittarians? Now, what's blocking your desires and your goals? Here we have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is a beautiful card because it's all about a nice change. So even though this is showing up as a block for you, you know, there are certain things that were fated that, you know, we choose to be here, and there are certain lessons that we have to learn, and that's inevitable, and we can't seem to avoid them. And I really get the feeling, Sag, that some of you guys are really going over, you know, your past actions, your history and relationships at work, your reactions to certain situations and people, and maybe even world events. And Spirit's asking you to not be so hard on yourself. The minute we're born, we're put on this wheel of destiny. Okay, and we have to go through certain events and relationships, and we have to learn certain things while we're here in Earth School. Okay, so don't let that hold you back. Don't be hard on yourself, because this is also a really good omen here. Okay, and it's a good, you know, it's a good message that things are going to change, and they're going to change for the better. Okay. But with these certain realizations, and by doing this work that we see with the Knight of Swords and the King of Wands energy. Now, what you need to do in order to overcome these obstacles, this is about finding that inner calm within, finding home within, Sagittarius. This is the energy of Leo, that regardless of what life throws at you, regardless of what changes are taking place or have to take place, that you deal with these changes and you try not to resist them, because resisting them is going to create a block. It's going to make things harder. It's going to delay your abundance, your happiness, the love that's coming towards you. Now, this maiden, she's actually the Empress, so she's, you know, this is all you're doing, in the sense that you can manifest whatever you want. But these certain lessons that you are teaching you to tame your inner demons, and to really face your fears and sit with your fears, just like this King of Wands is doing here with this sort of nasty looking serpent coming down the tree, until they dissolve, and really work through them. Don't try to skip any steps. As many of you know, we are in Mercury retrograde, and this is not a time to move forward. It's a time for analysis. You know, Mercury is that mercurial energy, right, of analysis, taking a look at what works, what doesn't work. Where did I miss something? Where can I go back and sort of tweak or polish a part of my experience, or my being, or my healing process? Find that inner calm within, and you'll be able to conquer anything and everything you put your mind to. And again, some of you are struggling with addictions, or some of you guys are struggling with consistent patterns throughout your life in, you know, toxic relationships or situations of overgiving. All right, and this is being resolved right now. This is the time. This eclipse energy is about bringing that to a close, because we also have Mars coming home in Aries and staying there for a while, and it's giving us that power and that courage and that boom energy to sort of tear down any of those walls or those towers that were holding us back. Now you get the Ace of Pentacles, which is beautiful, because what you can do within in order to help achieve your desires is realize that all of this is a huge blessing, and you will be receiving blessings that, just like this pentacle, you'll be able to plant, and they will grow into this beautiful garden of your making. All right, Sag, so this is good. This is like a really good sign. And that, within, understand that with every ending, with tearing down these walls and doing this shadow work and finding that home and that inner calm and getting in touch with your inner wisdom, provides you this opportunity for this brand new beginning that's going to be successful. Now, what you can do to learn, what you can learn from the outside world is to take things slowly. So this is, some of you might have considerable air in your chart, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. The Page of Swords is a young person, and he's carrying a really big sword. And he looks like he knows what he's doing, but he is still quite young. He is still quite frail. So he could sort of tip over. He may not exactly know how to use this. So again, it might be a matter of communicating with others who have done something similar, or being very clear in your communication with others and also with yourself. What do you need? What do you want? And not trying to skip any steps. Take a beginner mind to this situation. Okay, and I like it. And again, there is a little bit of a warning with the Page of Swords as to, watch what you say. Maybe you need to keep some things close into your chest. And then also with Mercury retrograde, there's a real propensity or real chance that we can say things that might be misconstrued. So it's kind of like a think before you speak as well, especially in your communications and your dealings with others. But then also take a really hard look at how you've been communicating with yourself. Okay, because the most important things we'll ever hear, they come from ourselves. And if we're constantly putting ourselves down, or if we're constantly telling us we're not good enough or we don't deserve more, okay, then what we're receiving, especially if that's inadequate or putting us in a precarious or dangerous position, okay, then, that needs to change. And that's not easy if we've created those neural pathways over our whole lifetime. Right? But what's beautiful, Sag, is in your outcome position, you get the Two of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Specifically, this is Jupiter and Capricorn, and Jupiter is all about growth and expansion and good luck, and it's coming your way, and it's taking this pentacle and making one becoming two, and you sort of balancing and doing a whole lot, but making it grow and putting in the hard work and the effort. This is people, you can see that, you're on the rise. So for some of you, you're starting your own business. You might be turning a side hustle into your full-time gig, or you're starting out your side hustle, which is your true dream, right? For some of you, it might be a relationship. It can be many different things. Okay, but you're leaving the past behind. You're burning out these old structures and behavior patterns that no longer serve you, and you're doing so well. And look, everybody's admiring you, and you never know who might be watching. So, there's a saying, smile, because you never know who might be falling in love with you. Right? And I feel like that's this energy that whatever you're doing, you may not realize that you might be feeling like a little bit nervous. I'm new at this, but I got this. I'm prepared. I can do this. But that little bit of self-doubt that creeps in, but this is telling me that people love what you're doing, and that you are such an asset to whatever you have so much to offer to whatever situation this is, whether this is love or a particular career path or education, or your family. So it's really nice energy, Sag. All right, let's go ahead and pull additional messages for my Sagittarians, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Any placements for this full moon lunar eclipse in Capricorn? Look at that action. 15 breaks down to a 6. 6 is my number of Venus, about love and money. So for some of you guys, this is doing what you love. For some of you guys, this has to do with dance. All right, you guys are making dance your career. That's just for one or two of you. Others of you, I do feel like there's a lot of artistic ability and creativity that that you're ready to show the world, or that you're ready to take seriously. But more than anything, this action energy really brings back this energy of Mars moving into Aries, which is giving us that boom to take action on our dreams and on what we need to do, what's going to make us happy, what's going to bring us abundance and joy. And then you get darkness. This has been coming out a lot. So this is an eclipse card. And what's really interesting here, Sag, is this, we have this full moon energy. And immediately I thought of your full moon, all right, which was the strawberry full moon, which was the last full moon, right? So in this last, 28 days have been super important for you. So really take a good hard look at what you've achieved, what information you received, how you've changed, okay? What new knowledge have you come into? Eclipse season, we've been getting lots of activations, crown chakra activations and purges. So we have this period, your full moon until this eclipse. All right, it's a penumbral, I believe it's pronounced penumbral eclipse, so it's not fully blocking out the moon. But I mean, it doesn't get clearer than this. Sag full moon, Capricorn full moon, eclipse. So this darkness has actually, this period, maybe there have been a lot of illusions. We also have Neptune moving in retrograde, or Neptune going retrograde. So it's all about shattering these illusions. And I think that's what you've been doing. This Knight of Swords energy and that King of Wands contemplating, and things that there's something there, there's this undercurrent of anxiety there. And because you are shattering illusions and you're now seeing this new path that's available to you. I love it. And I think it's a path where you have a significant authority to create, to be creative, to sort of let loose. I like that. Whoops. All right, you get soul time. The frequency, look, you have 40 coming out. Some of you might be turning 40. For some of you, 40 is an important number for you. You might have been seeing that, or fours. 4 is the number of stability. The frequency of soul time asks us to allow the possibility of a new reality to emerge. Yep, that's what that King of Wands is doing. One that embraces the concept that while the corporeal body is mortal, the soul is timeless, limitless, and effortless. And infinite. I'm just making up words. But that it is also effortless. And that also what we do here on earth, what we do here, it's not the 3D that's so important. That's not what we take with us, right? It's whether or not we were happy. It's our memories. It's our love. It's our creativity. So a lot of you are adjusting to that. And that's a big paradigm shift, Sag. And then you get crown chakra. I told you, lots of crown chakra upgrades, messages from above. The frequency of the crown chakra, the violet flower of life, supports our spiritual connection to the universe and our ability to transmute negative energy into light. Spiritual alchemy, transformation, taking everything that we've learned, things that have been difficult for us. What did we learn from this devil energy, from those toxic relationships or situations or behavior patterns? And how can that information, how do we make that information wisdom, right? All right, additional messages for my Saggies out there. All right, you get inner earth. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. Yes, you will. Absolutely. Yeah, just make sure that you don't resist the change, okay? And change is hard. It's not just for Sagittarius, it's for everybody. This eclipse season and Mars moving into Aries, the age of Aquarius, everything that's going on the global, in the global community, to our internal selves, everybody's going through these major changes. So it's just confirmation from Spirit that you'll be just fine. New solutions. This is what this King of Wands is doing. That's what you're doing. You're looking for these new solutions. This is what you're contemplating. All right, and you get a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. Wow, so some of you guys are light workers out there. You guys are holding space during this time for the people who are suffering from the pandemic, which is everybody in every country. all around the globe. And it's also, you know, for those of us who are awakened and holding space for those who aren't yet. All right, so some of my Saggies out there, you guys are light workers and healers. And look, you get middle world, 36. All right, I'm going to read from the book for you. This is from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. Look at this. I mean, I just want, look at how beautiful. You get all of these earth cards. And look at these birds, just like we have in that Knight of Swords energy. Moving home, going home. All right, so the middle world is a realm of day-to-day reality and the playground of the living. It is the present moment where everything is happening. Yet the middle world is created by the future, not only the past, and it is a mirror of the invisible realms. When things are right in the middle world, heaven and earth support everything. When they are not right, heaven and earth must be brought into order as well. The middle world shows up when conditions are favorable to your undertaking. Do not hesitate. Move forward, right? We have this action card. Move forward. As heaven and earth are smiling upon you. The time is right, so be expedient, but mindful of not being reckless, right? And that's this energy here, that Knight of Swords energy coming out. The world is your playground, and what would require great effort at any other time can be accomplished with ease right now. Wow. Wow. All right, Sag, I'm just going to pull 2 additional messages for you. Advancement. Look at this. I love it. A strong energy is propelling you forward. Follow the stirrings of your heart. I mean, come on, that warrants a hell yeah, Sag. And you know, you guys are such explorers and travelers and philosophers that this is going to be a piece of cake for you. Although it's not, you know, like I think when you look back, you're going to say, yeah, I got that. I had that. I had it the whole time. But when it's happening, you know, when this change is taking place, it is, you know, it can be unsettling. All right. And then we get abundance. I love it. I love it. When your heart's intention is to serve humanity, doors of abundance naturally open. Some of you guys are, like I said, or if not, all of you watching are light workers or healers. Some of you might work in the medical professions. Whatever you do, even just the inner work that you are doing, the healing and the enlightenment, okay, the shadow work that you're doing, all of this energy work that you guys are taking part in, it affects and is beneficial to everyone that you are energetically attached to. It affects the collective, right? This is the Light Brigade, and the Light Brigade is on the march and is winning, even if it doesn't seem like it. But please, please have faith in what I just said, because it's true. All right, Sagittarius, I absolutely love you guys. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment, share, ring that notification bell. But most of all, I want to thank you for all your love and support, and I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day. Take care.